Hey guys, if you're a car enthusiast, give me just a few minutes of your time. This will just be real quick. I just have a couple things to say. I actually filmed this last night, and I decided today that I was going to redo it because I was a little too frustrated about it yesterday, and so it was definitely better to just come back to it today when I was a little bit more cool about it. I noticed that in 2020 when I'm not going to say the word, but C19 started and we all had a lot more free time and a lot more money, the car community started to suffer. And I don't necessarily want to say it's because we got a lot more people into the scene than we had before, or maybe it's just overall recklessness was going up. I don't know. But regardless, the irresponsible behavior is getting really bad, and I can't even imagine 2 years ago when I would every single weekend have plans to go meet here or go meet there, or there was a cruise to this or there was a cruise to that. Every single Friday and Saturday there was a plan lined up. There were multiple locations and whatever, right? And so it's crazy now that I don't go out at all, period. Every weekend my car group is talking about the guy in the ski mask flexing his gun at the street meet, or the group of people in an SUV rolling through the meet and paintballing each other's cars, or people getting T-boned right outside of the meet spot, or people doing donuts at a permission spot where they're lucky to be there at all. We all look at California, we're like, man, that sucks. People are getting state refed for their exhaust or their wheels, or they got camber or whatever. That's bullshit. And then the car community is falling apart and doing exactly what caused California to get so strict in the first place. I mean, people bringing guns and turning every meet into a takeover, and you know, the takeover thing has been an issue for a while, and that's going to continue to be an issue, but I really don't care if you're out doing it in the middle of nowhere. I don't think anybody really cares if you're doing it out in the middle of nowhere. If you're not bothering the average Joe and nobody other than the people knowingly there are in danger, then who cares? Go at it. Even most cops don't care. They're like, all right, man, like, wrap it up, get out of here. But when you're doing it right in the middle of town or right next to people's homes, like, you're involving people in your activities that shouldn't be involved in your activities. And I don't know if it's just that people don't have that self-accountability anymore, or if it's the fact that it is rude and kind of screwed up that you're inconveniencing other people that's getting you off. I don't know. But right here, I mean, and all these news articles that I have are from Albuquerque, New Mexico, because this is what I'm most familiar with, and this is the scene that up until literally exactly a year ago I was involved in. But April 7th, 2022, so a few months back, a man charged with ramming into a school bus. This guy was street racing in the middle of the town and T-boned a school bus and rolled it. It was full of kids and they rolled the school bus. Like, if you're close enough to a school bus that this happened, then you were not far enough away from people's homes. I'm just gonna say that. Like, if you were next to a school bus, you were too close to people's homes. You were not out in the middle of nowhere if this was able to happen. Like, you're not on the long stretch of highway out south of town if you hit a school bus full of kids. And this made national news. This was all over TikTok and Instagram and whatever, and like, this sucked that this was my town that did this. Another one, street racing. I mean, they're standing at the corner of 98th and Dennis Chavez. I have two really good friends living on 98th, and they tell me this too, that the takeovers and the gunshots every single weekend right on the other side of their block wall from their porch. I mean, for one, if you're going to do a takeover, why do you got to bring your guns, right? Just freaking take your cars out there, do your donuts, and then leave. I don't know what you got to bring your guns for. And again, like, is this Need for Speed Underground in real life? We're not doing Call of Duty in real life. We're not doing GTA 5 in real life. Those things are illegal. So why is it that this is okay? Another one, Cars and Coffee. The only Cars and Coffee in Albuquerque, and the biggest one in the entire state. We've had this for years. Since 2016 this was going on, and every single Saturday. There were Ferraris and Porsches, and there were older people, there were younger people, there were families, there were whatever, right? This was the shit. Like, I know these people, Jake and Al, like,
There's been a sense of community and family friendly.
The kids are just, you see their eyes get so big, and it's like, wow, that's the little matchbox that I played with. Here it is in person. So that's kind of cool to see.
Yeah, what was exciting for me was actually not the cars at all. It was just coming to talk to people and just make new friends.
But that changed in recent months as daredevils began to perform dangerous stunts, barely missing bystanders.
when the problem is too, they're calling these guys just innocent bystanders. No, they're not. And these guys tried to play the innocent card too, because I knew a couple of those people out of that crowd. I know who they are. And they're like, oh yeah, this is bullshit. The car community is falling apart, blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, don't act so innocent. Don't act so innocent. You're the one standing there recording this right now. So don't act like you're not involved. Don't act like you're not encouraging this right now. And that's basically what I'm getting at, is like, we gotta hold more accountability for each other, for ourselves, because California is what the rest of the country will look like if we can't get our crap together, you know? Government officials are put in place to stop stuff like this. They have their job to keep everybody safe and to eliminate illegal activity, and that's what this is. That is a prime example. Whether I like it or you like it or whatever, that's illegal. You're out on a public street putting people's lives in danger. I'm not gonna act like an angel. I've topped out my speedometer. I've tore up the mountains myself, but I understand, and there's a time and a place for that kind of thing. Like, I understand that in the blink of an eye, and trust me, I understand more than some people. I lost a couple of different cars to car accidents. And they weren't even my fault. But in the blink of an eye, it's gone. And that's it. All your money, all your time, your blood, sweat, and tears is just gone. And I was lucky enough that nobody was affected or hurt. That was it. I didn't get any of my money back. My car was paid off to the dollar, and that was it. Sanctioned events are popular for a reason, because it eliminates all this BS, because you're forced to pull the battery and have low gas, and once you're parked, that's it, and you can't move your car until gates open. Like, that's really the only way to keep shit like this from happening, and it sucks that it's come to that you have to pay to go to a meet, that you have to register ahead of time to go to a meet, just so that you can be safe and have fun. So this is just kind of a PSA, like, we all gotta take a stand on something somewhere, and this is my stand. Takeovers aren't going anywhere, I know that. But if you're gonna go act up and have your fun, just go do it where you're not gonna inconvenience other people. You know, the people that live here, they have to be there. That's their freaking mortgage. They can't go anywhere. And you're right out here in this intersection inconveniencing them. You know how many damn intersections are out in the middle of nowhere? Why do you gotta do it right here? So, just again, acknowledge that California and the government officials that are pushing all of the restrictions out there are doing it because of stuff like this. This is just giving them more and more ammunition to get rid of our lifestyle. I want my kids, whether it's electric or hybrid vehicles or gas-powered vehicles or whatever, I want my kids and your kids to be able to hang out together at car meets. I don't want this to become a crime. It's already bad enough. I already can't get my car tuned in the United States. I have to go to a Canadian company now to get my tune updated because the EPA is after our lifestyle. And they're getting away with it because of stuff like this. Because I hate to say normies, but the normies, they hate us. Because this is what they see. They don't see cars for cancer. They don't see blankets and food for the homeless. They don't see the, cars for whatever charity or raffles that help whatever. They don't see any of that. They see this. Let's just be better. I want this lifestyle to stick around. So, that's it, guys. Be safe. Let's do better. We can do this. It's not over. We're at a pivotal point. We can turn the ship around.